Trexperts would like to begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we record. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders listening to us today.
You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another round of the Trexperts Quiz, a BQN podcast. I am your host, Davey Willett, and it is my pleasure to surprise you with this gift of Star Trek knowledge that I did not tell you about for 20 years. If you know, you know. This is the Star Trek-inspired trivia podcast where each week we put self-proclaimed Star Trek experts or Trexperts into a head-to-head battle of ultimate fandom in order to bring glory to themselves and their houses. Now, before we meet this week's Trexperts, it's always a pleasure to meet our scorekeeper and adjudicator for the episode. This time we have a good friend of mine who's joining me for the first time here on the Trexperts Quiz. A good friend of mine from the Strange New Pod Collective who has been supporting me with all my audio and video production, teaching me how to use OBS Studio and all that fun stuff. Here with they, them pronouns, it is Haven. Haven, welcome for the first time to the Trexperts Quiz.
Thank you, Davey.
Yeah, it's been, I think I've been nibbling away at you for a bit to come on the show. So you've chosen Scorekeeper as a bit of a gateway into maybe doing your own quiz a little bit further on down the line, just to help warm yourself up a bit. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm actually, I want to be on as soon as I can, as soon as I have everything good. So I wanted to make sure that this all worked out good first. This was my
There we go. What a fabulous little prototype we have going on here. Well, that's exciting. So that being said, though, you don't really know much about today's Trexperts, but you have seen the questions. Now, without giving anything away, how do you think they'll go?
I think that it's going to be a very, very, especially with the introduction we had already with them, it's going to be a very great round for both our contestants today.
So I think without any further ado, I am going to energize that transporter and we are going to meet our first Trexpert. Our first Trexpert today comes to us with he, him pronouns, is a big fan of TNG and First Contact and loves the Starship Defiant. A super fan of the show. Well, I'm going to say he's a super fan. He might not be. I'm sure he is. But one of our first people to contact me directly through the TrexpertsQuiz.com website, it is Brad Pritchett. Brad, welcome for the first time to the Trexperts Quiz.
Thank you for having me. I'm not at all terrified.
That's good. That's good. We like to make people feel comfortable here on the Trexperts Quiz, and you're looking calm. You're looking composed. So if you are somewhat secretly terrified, I think you're hiding it quite well.
I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Brad, is that coffee or is that tea?
Well, this is tea in my little Picard.
Oh, there we go.
That's why I had to ask, because that looked like a Picard mug. So that's why I had to ask.
Yeah, it was a gift from my coworkers actually, because I'm one of probably 5 people on our staff who are obsessed with Star Trek. So Lucky. They know me well. Yeah,
lucky. So you've told me what makes you a Trexpert, and I like this because I think you and I might be on the same wavelength here. You said that you've seen every episode of TNG 40 to 50 times. Every episode 40 to 50 times? Or close to it?
I would say probably every episode. Season 1 is probably in the lower range just because of all the exposed knees. Because I don't know. Season 1 was a rough patch for a little while, but it's still beautiful. But I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday about, I've probably seen every episode 40 to 50 times, and I was told that I was incorrect, and it was probably more than that. And then I realized, yeah, it might be more than that.
I agree. I TNG born and raised here, and I used to have all of it on video cassette and all that kind of stuff as well. And I reckon I wore some of those tapes out as a kid, which is why TNG is very much my jam. So it sounds like we could be two peas in a pod there, Brad. So generally, what is it about TNG that seems to resonate with you?
Well, TNG was my Trek growing up. I mean, I tried to watch reruns of the original series as a kid, and I was like, it just didn't work for me at the time. I've grown to appreciate it and as I got older. But I was, rushing home every week to watch my brand new episodes of TNG. And then I talk about how TNG kind of introduced the first golden age of Trek for me, because it was TNG, which fed into DS9, which fed into Voyager, and there was a continuity between the three stories. And that was, for me, like the first golden age of Star Trek, because we had multiple series and multiple films, and it was tremendous. So TNG was my gateway drug into Trek, and I'll never, ever go into rehab for it.
Beautifully put. Yes, I think there is a lot of us out there with that same story, Brad. Absolutely. So I think we've got another TNG fan also waiting in the wings to be your competitor today. So I'm just going to activate that Voyager transporter again. Our second Trexpert today has been on the program before as a scorekeeper more than once. Has had a guest spot in a TNG novel, The Fabulous Available Light, if you have ever picked it up. Coming at us with he, whom pronouns, a love of TNG, also a love of First Contact. What a match made in heaven we have here. It is my gorgeous friend and associate producer of the BQN network, Jason Anderson. Jason, welcome as a contestant to the show.
Well, it is wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me. We'll see. As I said, just looking to have a good time.
Excellent. All right, so what makes you a Trexpert? Hey, Jason, I see here that you've said a lifetime of appreciation and fandom of the franchise, ethos, and culture. And you've mentioned the IDIC there, which it sounds like very similar to Brad. It's coming up in the world of Trek. It was, was this your thing growing up as well?
Yeah, when you said two peas in a pod, I wanted to say three because, same thing. I found Star Trek, I think it had to have been like 6th or 7th grade, just randomly. I wasn't lucky enough to have like family that introduced me to Star Trek like a lot of people. But yeah, once I saw Star Trek Next Generation, I think just after school, hooked, like immediately hooked. And it's been a lifelong since then appreciation. And I was actually thinking, I can't remember what the first episode was. I want to say it was Disaster, or maybe, I don't know. It wasn't super early. I know that it might have been season 3 or later, but ever since then.
All right. Well, since there's a bit of TNG love going on today, I've picked a topic for you that is very much focused in TNG. Now, we are jumping back into one of my favourite types of quiz to do, which is a quiz I call Reason for the Season, which is where we do an entire quiz focused on a singular season of a particular show. Now, wouldn't you know it, today we're going to do The Next Generation. And we are going to do a quiz on Season 3.
Yeah.
Known quite well as being the season everything changed. There was a lot of shake-ups behind the scenes, and you just watch Shades of Grey and then watch the opening of Season 3 and notice the the pickup in quality. Alright, so we are going to dive straight into this game. So round 1 is going to be general knowledge on TNG Season 3. Hands on buzzers, let's go. Question 1 for a single point. Star dates during Season 3 of TNG started with what 2 digits?
Brad.
4-3.
That is correct.
Congratulations. 1 point straight out of the gate. Question 2. LaForge is trapped on a planet with a Romulan in the episode The Enemy. What is the name of the planet?
Brad.
Galorndon Core.
That is correct.
Good. Solid start for Brad. Nervous smile on Jason's face.
Yeah, no. You're doing great.
All right. Question 3, again for a single point. There is a bargaining war over an alleged stable wormhole in the episode The Price. What was the name of the wormhole?
Brad again.
It was the Barzan wormhole.
That is correct.
It was the Barzan wormhole. Well done. Is that buzzer working, Jason?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I haven't
Just
pressed it
checking.
yet.
Just asking. No shade.
Yeah.
No shade. All right. Question 4. What is the only episode in season 3 to feature Q?
Jason.
Is it Cupid?
Negative.
Ah,
Right, not. Brad, you've got a chance to jump in.
I can't think of it.
Unable to comply.
Deja Q.
Oh, Deja Q.
The one where he loses his powers.
In that awful One Piece jumpsuit.
Yes. And also that unfortunate positioning of Picard's big bald head when he appears naked on the bridge. But anyway. Question 5, again for a single point. Which Voyager actor appears in the episode Menage a Troy?
Brad.
Ethan Phillips.
That is correct.
Indeed, yes, he plays one of the Ferengi. Well done. All right, question 6. The Enterprise takes on a Betazoid First Contact specialist in the episode Tin Man. What was his name?
That was Brad.
Tam Elbren.
That is correct.
It's too quick. It's too quick. He's powering through this first round.
yeah, you are.
Okay, so question 7 of 9. Question 7 of 9, always worth a few points, and there are 3 points up for grabs in this. In the episode Allegiance, Picard is trapped with 3 alien hostages. What 3 species of aliens is he trapped with?
Jason.
There's a... Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh! She just left my brain. Wanted to say Bolian, but she's not Bolian.
She is Bolian.
Bolian. Okay.
Yeah,
I got one.
So you get 1 point. We'll give
That
you
is
one
correct.
just for fun.
Yeah, thanks. At least it's not a no score for me. The other guy is a Charnoth, I want to say.
That's yep.
That is correct.
Chalnoth, but I think that's close enough, don't you?
I gave it to Jason.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And the last guy, I can see him, but I can't remember his species. I don't even know if we see anyone of that species again.
Oh, good.
Maybe.
So that's 2 points. Brad, I will give you a free shot at the last one.
I can see his face. I know that their species are pacifists and they get conquered all the time. I remember the dialogue. I can't remember the name of the species either, but we do see it in the background on Deep Space Nine a couple times, and
do you? Oh,
in Generations during the evacuation of the saucer.
That's true. That's true. The race was called Miserian. And anyone ever find it disturbing that what they had to eat in that prison looked kind of like a urinal cake? No? Just me?
I've never thought about that.
All right, so that's put you on the board, Jason. Well done. In time for the last 2 questions of the general knowledge round. So question 8. Who is the only senior officer to have 2 living parents at this point of the show?
Jason.
Wanted to say Worf if we're considering foster parents, living parents. I thought.
No, not the answer
No.
I'm looking for.
Okay.
Brad, you have a shot at it.
It would be Geordie.
That is correct.
Yes, that is correct. On a technicality, you could be right, Jason, but maybe I
think
should have
foster
worded
parents
that.
everywhere are upset with you at this point.
yes. Sorry, I should have said biological parents. That's yes.
I'm gonna, you know what? For that, I'm going to award him half a point.
That's I think on a technicality, yeah, definitely.
Hey, look, I don't think it's going to make a difference, so thank you. Yeah.
All right, final question for the first round. Riker is offered the command of what ship during Best of Both Worlds Part 1?
Brad.
It was the Melbourne, right?
That is correct.
Correct. Also the name of the city in which I live.
Yeah, Davey likes you for that answer.
Well, it's just good that he didn't take command of it, considering what happens later.
Yeah, awkward.
very true.
Don't talk about it.
We wouldn't see him on the Titan.
Indeed. Now, that was a killer first round. Haven, how did they go?
All right, so with 7 points, Brad is in the lead, and Jason has 2.5 points.
2.5.
Well done. That was a solid round. Brad, you do know your TNG. You definitely know your TNG.
I mean, I had no life for a very long time growing up, y'all. Or my life was connected to television.
No, I feel the same. TNG was the thing I had that was mine that no one could ever take away from me. So we're going to dive straight into round 2. So when we do Reason for the Season, round 2 is always behind the scenes. So this will really put you to the test. So we've got lots of behind the scenes fun facts here, most of which I drew straight from the TNG companion book. So, first question. Which TOS actor visited the set during the episode Sarek?
Jason.
I guess I'll say Leonard Nimoy.
Negative.
Brad, you can have a guess. You don't lose any points for trying.
Like Nimoy would have been my guess too. Sarek was season 3. I'm gonna say Nichelle Nichols.
Negative.
Afraid not. It was actually Walter Koenig. Yeah, which I picked up when, again, I wrote this entire round using the Next Generation companion, and in the opening chapter for season 3, there was a picture of Mark Lennon and Walter Koenig standing behind the camera together on the set of that episode. So there you go. All right, question 2. Michael Piller was the new head of the writing staff in season 3. Who did he replace?
Brad.
I'll just say Gene Roddenberry.
Negative.
I'm afraid not. Jason, you have a free shot at it.
I don't know who is writing in season 3. Who? I would have guessed Gene Roddenberry too.
Maurice Hurley. Now, Maurice Hurley, when you watch a lot of the Chaos on the Bridge docos and all that kind of stuff, is famously, was one of the reasons why Beverly wanted to leave, all that Gates McFadden story wanted to leave. And Rick Berman notes that under Hurley, there was also high turnover in the writing staff. And when Michael took over, things seemed to settle down, which I think shows a lot in the quality of what was going on behind the scenes versus the quality of what we saw on camera after season 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question 3. Another well-known Trek creative joined the staff in this season as a writing producer. This individual would go on to be heavily involved in Deep Space Nine. Who am I referring to?
Brad.
Rick Berman?
Negative.
No, not Rick Berman.
I mean, I guess I'll just say Iris Stephen Bear since
That is correct.
It is correct. Woo! Yes.
That's the one behind the scenes I'll get.
Yeah. I did not know this until I was researching this round, but he was first writing producer on the episode The Vengeance Factor, but also had hand in the scripts for Booby Trap and Yesterday's Enterprise, two other very, very good episodes from that season. Yeah. All right, this one is behind the scenes adjacent, but it's more an interesting little fun fact. What is the one thing that we still did not learn about Chief O'Brien during season 3?
Jason.
That he was married? Or no,
Negative.
he wasn't. That's wrong.
Brad, you get a free shot at it.
The one thing we did not learn about Chief O'Brien. We learned he was in the war. We learned that he got married. I have no idea. What did we not? That's like, how do you answer what did we not learn about him in Deep Space Nine? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we learned a lot.
So, for season 2 and season 3, we never learned his first name.
Oh, Miles.
He was always called Chief O'Brien up until season 4 when he got married. So there you go. I found that again. That one surprised me too. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, no, it didn't come up at all. Okay, so the next question. New uniforms were phased in during this season, as Brad mentioned before. Mm-hmm. However, one rank of officer did not get to wear them during this season. Which rank was it?
Brad.
I'm going to go with ensign.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so they were phased in for everyone but the ensigns. The original spandex one-piece suit caused lower back pain and fatigue in the cast. Interestingly, the new outfits cost $3,000 US each. Now, that's $3,000 at the time. So you can just imagine how much that would be now. So you go back and look and ask yourself, does that look like $3,000 worth of outfit?
and they also replaced the season 3 uniforms going into season 4. So apparently they had to spend more money on them again.
Wow.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No wonder the lower decks didn't get there.
Yeah, I know. We're exploding with uniforms at the moment, but you know, always got to just go back to the classic, I say. All right, next question. Dr. Pulaski had departed in this season. She is only mentioned once in season 3. Which episode is she mentioned in? Confused looks. You can always take a guess. You got 1 in 26 chance.
Jason.
Deja Q, because you said that one earlier.
Negative.
I mean, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to get it by not guessing.
Brad, what do you reckon?
I think the name of the episode is Who Watches the Watchers? And there was an exchange about erasing memory, and Picard talks about Pulaski did it on the little girl in season 2, maybe?
Yep. Well done.
Yeah,
I'm terrible with episode names, so I was certain that was a DS9 title and not a TNG title.
No, that's right.
And you pretty much read out my fun fact that I've got written down here.
As to when it was mentioned.
Yeah, thank you for doing my job for me. Well done.
I actually had to look to see on my camera to see if maybe Brad could see the reflection because I was reading that exactly.
Oh yeah, there is a slight reflection in your glasses.
I'm very pleased you think I have eyesight that could do that.
Yes, thank you for the compliment. Okay, so question 7 of 9 for this round is worth 2 points. Name the 2 characters introduced in this season who would appear again multiple times throughout the franchise.
Jason.
Well, I want to say Keiko O'Brien because I don't think we met her before. But I can't.
Negative.
No. Afraid not. Brad?
She wasn't in
Barkley. I think
Barkley's
Barkley was
correct.
one.
Yep, Barkley's one.
Throughout the season, it wasn't Sonia Gomez.
No.
I can't think of the other one. I mean, I know Barkley because franchise.
So
That is correct.
you get a point for Barkley. The other one who appeared multiple times throughout the franchise was Vash.
Oh,
Once again in TNG and once again in DS9. Barkley obviously appeared a lot more throughout Voyager and movies and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I had a little look up of Vash, or the actor who played Vash, which was Jennifer Hetrick, who also appeared in numerous other sci-fi shows such as X-Files, Sliders, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I was a huge Buffy fan, and I do not remember Vash in Buffy. She
either.
also... Yeah. She also had a recurring role on LA Law and is currently 64 years of age. So there you go.
Probably still looks flawless.
she does.
Probably.
I met her at Star Trek Las Vegas before.
Oh, she does STLV, does she?
She has in the past. I know that.
Cool.
I believe
All
she was
right.
on the cruise last week as well, I believe.
Oh, okay. I love my friends on the cruise, but I am glad that cruise is over because
I know.
I am
All
sick
of
of
us-
being jealous about it.
All of us. My friend Christian said the same thing. Like, I love this time of year, except for I don't like going on social media because you're just so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to be a bitter person, but I hear people get really bad stomach bugs on cruises, like gastro everywhere.
It's really dangerous.
I hope that didn't happen. Dear. All right, so second last question for the behind the scenes round. A new model of the Enterprise was created in this season that was more detailed and accurately depicted where the 10 forward windows should be. How big was this model?
But
I think it was 4 feet.
That is correct.
It was. And whilst being much smaller than there was a 6 foot and I think a 12 foot. The 12 foot one's enormous. It was more detailed, way more detailed, and allowed for some of the more kind of trickier shots that we got, especially towards like Best of Both Worlds, because they only filmed like a stack of stock special effects shots, which were just used over and over and over again throughout the show at the beginning of Encounter at Farpoint. And this season called for some new angles of the Enterprise with episodes like Yesterday's Enterprise, Best of Both Worlds, so on and so forth. All right, last question for the round. This season featured the return of Gates McFadden as Dr. Beverly Crusher. During her time off, she appeared in a famous Sean Connery film. Which film was it? You both have such interesting thinking faces. The hand goes up on the mouth. It's
No
like,
idea.
one finger.
Brad,
I'm just gonna guess The Rock.
Negative.
Afraid not. Jason, any other Sean Connery films you want to have a stab at there?
I can only think that he was in Bond and Indiana Jones, but I know he's done other stuff, and I don't know.
Negative.
Afraid not. It was Hunt for Red October.
Oh, I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, so she's in it, but apparently most of her scenes wound up on the cutting room floor. So
She still got that paycheck.
she did. Still not as good as her role that should have won her all the Academy Awards, the secretary in The Muppets Take Manhattan.
In the Muppets.
But
She used to be a puppeteer. She was a
yeah, there's a lot of... I've had some debate over that. So a big fan of Gates McFadden on a previous episode where I said she was a Muppeteer actually reached out and said she was a choreographer for Jim Henson, not a Muppeteer. But apparently the IMDb page is lying
Yeah.
in that regard.
I thought I'd seen her actually like holding. Maybe she didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. If you're out there and if you have photos or evidence that Gates McFadden, if you listen to us, please confirm via the Trexperts.
Next time we see her, we'll ask her.
I know. I'll tweet her after when I post this episode. All right, that brings us to the end of the second round. So just after halfway through the game, and Haven, how are we going score-wise?
All right, so Brad had received 4 points for this round, and Jason received 1 point.
Excellent. So that brings us to a total of Brad on 11 and Jason on 3.5. Still could be anyone's game. Be anyone's game. Your time could still come. All right, so for the next round, we're doing a little bit of a name the episode round. Now, I found these descriptions whilst diving through some trivia websites, and I thought this is perfect. I'm basically just going to read out a little hint, and you have to tell me which episode I'm talking about. So it's a little descriptive hint. And yeah, some of them may be more obvious than others. Let's see how you go. Hands on buzzers, round 3, beginning now. Number 1, Geordie and Wesley go through Data's stuff, mourning his death.
Brad.
The most toys.
That is correct.
Well done, Brad. Well done. Very quick. Second one. Guinan visits the bridge for the first time.
Brad.
Yesterday's Enterprise?
That is correct.
Good work. All right. Geordie is getting his shoulders massaged by a lady, but asks her to stop because it just feels too good and is distracting him. Oh, stumped them.
Brad.
Booby Trap?
That is correct.
Oh, comes to him.
And here I thought Brad didn't know any episode titles.
You're literally describing the only episode titles I probably know. If the next one is, I'm not going to say it, but it had the word booby in it, and it was Leah Brahms as a hologram.
That's beautiful. All right, next one. Riker beams down to the planet to berate an officer who had beamed down ahead of him without permission.
Brad.
Best of Both Worlds, Part 1.
That is correct.
Okay. Data shoots his phaser on the kill setting at an aqueduct, causing severe damage to it. No one wants to take a guess?
Unable to comply.
Nope. All right. It is the Ensigns of Command. All right. Next one. Geordie and Wesley nearly start fighting after an unusually heated argument about their respective love lives.
Brad.
Sarek.
That is correct.
Too good. It's too good.
You literally said that title earlier. That's the only reason I remember the name of the episode.
All right. Next up, we have an audio question. I've got distorted audio of 4 different characters talking in season 3. Listen to all of them carefully and buzz in at the end if you think you know who you heard.
Red alert. You need me here. Show me someone in your crew who can do the job better than I can. Sir, if I may be allowed to continue with Mr. Data, who does not require rest. Oh, after that awful little Ferengi insulted me, I needed to center myself. Can you imagine that dreadful little creature talking to me like that?
Jason. Go, mate.
So I know one of them was. Are we doing character names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant Commander Shelby and Loxana Troy was in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say Riker, but that's it.
So you got 2 correct. There was Shelby and Loaxana Troy, but not Riker. There's 2 more. Brad, do you know who they were?
Tasha Yar, and I'm going to say Picard.
So, yeah.
Insufficient data.
Okay, 1 point for Tasha Yar. There was one more. It was the very first one. I'm going to play it again really, really quickly, although there's no scores to be held now.
Yeah.
Red alert.
Oh, it's Q.
It's Q.
Ah,
Well done, well done. That was good, Jason. Fantastic. Especially picking up on, I mean, the Loaxana Troy one, that was an easy one, but the Shelby one, that was pretty tricky, so well done. All right, 2 more episodes to be described. The first one is Riker... Oh, no, sorry, wrong one. The 2 Romulan warships threatening the Enterprise are surprised when 3 Klingon birds of prey suddenly decloak around them.
Jason.
I want to say Neutral Zone.
Negative.
It was a season 1 episode.
That was, yeah, I was like wrong season.
Free shot, Brad.
The Defector?
That is correct.
That is indeed correct. Well done. And final description. Riker tries to flirt with a new cocktail waitress in 10 Forward, which lasts about 2 seconds before she grabs him forcefully and plants a kiss straight on his lips. Brad?
I think it's The Offspring.
That is correct.
Well done, buddy.
Yeah.
Well done. It was Lal. Yes,
Yeah.
that was good. I was expecting this to be the head scratcher of the round, but Brad, you nailed it. Well done.
You know, I used to have
Alright.
those episode like trading cards,
Me
and
too.
I stopped collecting them at, like,
Same.
season 4. So I
Yes.
think that's probably why that season 3 names are resonating in my head still.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mum was a nurse, and she worked with a guy who was a super Star Trek fan when I was a kid. And he used to go to Sydney, which was pretty much the only place that was doing Star Trek conventions in Australia at the time. We don't have Star Trek conventions here anymore. And he would always buy entire sets of the cards. Like, Mum would give him money and bring like the whole sets back, and I would open up all the wrappers individually and I had the whole series. In fact, I've still got them around here somewhere.
Me too. Yeah.
Pretty
I have a full
amazing.
box in my console behind my desk that
Yeah.
I've slowly been reopening over the years.
Yeah. There are reasons why these episode names are burned into our heads. I also think that part of it for me was because I owned all the VHS tapes. I can remember what 2 episodes were lined up with each other, like
Wow.
Remember Me and Legacy and Power Play and Ethics.
And writing them on the VHS tapes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so that was a killer round. Haven, my friend, how are we going score-wise?
All right, so this round, Brad gained 8 points to bring him up to 19, and Jason gained 2 points to bring him up to 5.5.
Okay, so we're all familiar with the warp speed round. The warp speed round is 20 quickfire questions that are going to come at you in rapid succession. You have 10 seconds to give me a response. Otherwise, I move on to the next question. Jason, you have a chance.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
He's not more than 20 points in front of you. We have gone into the warp speed round before with someone more than 20 points ahead, and we're like, well, we've come this far, we may as well keep going. We're not in that territory yet. This is anyone's game. Not yet.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be all kinds of questions about TNG Season 3. Are we ready? All right, solemn nods. All right. Question 1. What is the name of the Romulan played by Andreas Katsalis in The Enemy?
Brad.
Tomalak?
That is correct.
Well done. Question 2. Andreas Katsalis also appeared in which other famous 90s sci-fi show?
Jason.
Babylon 5.
That is correct.
Well done. Season 3 of TNG premiered during what year in the US?
Jason.
1990.
Negative.
89.
That is correct.
Yes,
Math.
started in 89 but went through till 1990.
I mean, no. It wasn't. I'm just kidding.
LaForge falls in love with a hologram in Booby Trap. Who was the hologram?
Jason.
Leah Brahms.
That is correct.
What is the second last episode of season 3?
Jason.
It's not Sarek, but I'm going to say Sarek.
Negative.
Brad?
Menage a Troy?
Negative.
Transfigurations. Who is accused of murder in A Matter of Perspective?
Brad.
Riker.
That is correct.
Which popular Star Trek guest star appears as Nayrok in the episode The Hunted?
Jason.
Jonathan Del Arco.
Negative.
Brad?
Hunted. No idea.
Unable to comply.
It was James Cromwell.
Oh, yeah.
What is the name of the officer that LaForge courts on the holodeck in the episode Booby Trap?
Didn't see her, but
Brad.
Unable to comply.
Ooh, Brad, just in time.
Christy. I can't remember her last name. Never mind.
Christie's what I was looking for. Christie just gets referred to as Christie. Well done. What are the name of the aliens who break their 111-year silence in the Ensigns of Command?
Brad.
Oh my god, why did I just click that? I was thinking of a different episode. No, I was thinking of a different episode.
Okay.
Unable to comply.
Jason?
is it the Shellyak?
That is correct.
Yes, the Shellyak Corporate. Well done. What miniature life form threatens the ship's safety in Evolution?
Brad.
Nanites.
That is correct.
The part Betazoid negotiator known as Ral in The Price was what part Betazoid? How much Betazoid? Jason?
Jason.
1/4 Betazoid.
That is correct.
Well done. What was the name of the Enterprise C captain?
Brad.
Rachel Garrett.
That is correct.
And in the same vein, what was the name of the first officer of the Enterprise C?
Jason.
Castillo.
That is correct.
Richard Castillo.
He wasn't the
What-
first officer.
Well, he was by the time they got there. Yeah.
Technically.
He was the helmsman. But anyway.
You're winning, Brad. Calm
By
down.
the time they got give me a break. We never saw the actual.
He actually became the captain, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, next question. What do LaForge, Data, and Picard appear as in Barclay's Holosuite program?
Jason.
I think like the Three Musketeers.
That is correct.
Yes. Next question. George Murdoch, who plays the Admiral in The Best of Both Worlds, also appeared in which Star Trek movie?
Jason.
I think it's First Contact.
Negative.
Brad, free shot?
Undiscovered Country?
Negative.
No, he is Star Trek V. He is the head of God. Go back and see. You'll see it's there. Next question. Staying within The Best of Both Worlds, name the actor who played Commander Shelby.
Jason.
Elizabeth Donahoe? Denny? Sorry, I can't remember her last name.
You're close enough, I believe. Yeah. Elizabeth Dennehy.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it, so I would go with Jason's answer.
All right, we're coming to the tail end of it. What does Sarek do with Picard to help him regain control of his Brad?
Mind meld.
That is correct.
Sorry, taking Haven's job there. I get so excited towards the end of Warp Speed. Question 18. What is the name of the future aliens in Captain's Holiday?
Brad.
The Vorgons?
That is correct.
All right, and the second last question. What was the first episode directed by Jonathan Frakes? It's from this season.
Jason.
Want to say The Child?
Negative.
That's a season 2 episode.
Why do I keep doing that?
Brad, do you want to have a shot at it?
Deja Q.
Negative.
Oh, it was The Offspring. All right, for the final
You were
question.
close, though.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I was almost going to say that, but I've gotten in trouble before for saying that the first answer is close because it sometimes gives it away.
Yeah. That's kind.
All right, so we have one more audio question for you. I always end with an impersonation these days. I'm going to play you a quick clip from season 3, and then you're both going to do an impersonation, and Haven's going to pick who did it best. Let's listen.
And you know how much I love you. I do love you.
I don't even know who that is. Oh, wait. I think I do. I think I know who it is.
It's Picard in the episode Sarek after the mind meld.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. That's fine.
There you go.
Do I have to do the... Okay.
Just the penultimate, the big line there.
I do love you.
Thank you.
Well done.
You should have been in the Royal Shakespearean Theatre Company, not Patrick Stewart.
I've always said that. We're very similar.
All right. I was going to say extra points if you can actually cry, like if you can really cry, like
If you can
Jean-Luc
cry
is.
on command. I don't even know if I'm that good of an actor.
All right, Brad, give us your best shot.
It's just the I do love you part, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you have to. I mean, you won. No, like,
Fair's fair.
yeah.
I'll do it in a British Vulcan accent. No. I do love you.
Put your own claps, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful. Haven, there can only be one Patrick Stewart impersonator amongst us today. Who was it?
It was Jason, hands down.
Thank you.
Well,
I think that's a pity point, but I'll take it.
No, I would have actually if you were ahead.
Oh
Your
dear.
face sold it.
Definitely. So that is a final point for Jason. But that brings us to the end of our TNG Season 3 game. Haven, who has taken out the title of Ultimate Trexpert today?
Brad got 28 points for this season. For this round. And Jason got 13.5.
Brad's the winner! Woo! Congratulations!
Good job.
My parents would be so proud.
All right. So wearing out those VHS tapes as a child clearly came in handy for you, Brad. So tell me, how does it feel? Give us your victory speech.
Well, I would like to thank, Jean-Luc Picard, obviously. As we were besties as I grew up. No, it's nice to be able to at least have intelligent interactions with people about Star Trek, y'all. It's very seldom a thing you can find.
Thank you for calling us all intelligent.
I'll take that.
I've been called a lot worse, I can tell you that much.
Were you not called an ugly bag of water once? Maybe?
Mostly water. Mostly water. And mostly ugly. And Jason, your concession speech, final words to your competitor.
No, this was super fun, which is what I wanted. This went about as I had expected. So when you said you'd seen them, dozens and dozens of times, all of them, I was sure this was probably what was going to happen. But it was a lot of fun. Thank you for being a great competitor.
Aren't you two wholesome as competitors, by the way? This has probably been the least shadiest, also probably the most wholesome episode I think we've had in quite some time. In recent weeks, we've had people trying to have sex with Deep Space Nine. We've had all kinds of crazy stuff going on this show. No, that was a really, really fun game, and I love when I get to write a quiz about something that I am equally as much of a Trek-spert on. So, well done, Brad. That was fabulous, and Jason, a battle well fought too. So, before we wrap up, let's do a quick round and tell the Trek-spurts where they can find you all online. And I will start with our fabulous first-time scorekeeper and adjudicator, Haven.
All right. Well, you can find me as one of the moderators with Strange New Pod. You can see me in the chat there every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as I'm actually going to be launching my own Star Trek podcast within the next month. I haven't decided it yet. Yeah, I haven't decided the topic yet, but I have a few ideas I'm coming around with. So
beautiful. Definitely look forward to that. That's exciting. All right. Well, keep close on this one, Haven. Tell me, let's brainstorm ideas. I'm interested to hear what you got. All right, and Jason, where can the Trek-spurts find you?
I am on Instagram at Anderson5280 and Twitter JAA5280, which I don't check very much, but still there. I'm an admin of the Federation, which is Davey is a member of, but everybody is welcome. It's a GLBTQ and ally Facebook group, but I'm often on all these other little podcasts, which is so much fun and I love doing. So hopefully that'll continue.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jason. And finally, our victor, our ultimate Trek-spurt for the day. Brad, where can the Trek-spurts find you online?
I'm on Twitter at Brad Pritchett, and then that's mostly going to be Star Trek related stuff and politics, because my day job is in Texas politics, the good kind, not the bad kind. And Instagram at Brad Pritch, because somebody stole my full name before I could get my handle. Womp womp.
Well, go out and find these fabulous Trek-spurts if you are looking for more intelligent and meaningful conversation on all things Star Trek. They are a fabulous group of people, and it has been so much fun to record with you all today. But to everyone listening along at home, if you were screaming out the correct answers today whilst these guys were sitting here scratching their chins, and you think that you can do better, well, why not put your latinum where your mouth is and register to be a contestant on Trek-spurts? Just like Brad did, you can head to TrekSpurtsQuiz.com and fill out our form to register to be on the show, or you can get in touch with me directly through any of our socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter by searching for Trek-spurts Quiz. You can also email directly on TrekSpurtsQuiz@gmail.com. We'd also just love to hear from you. Feedback, quiz ideas, or just to say hello. You can also join the BQN on Facebook. We have the BQN Collective, which is full of BQN hosts and listeners having conversations and sharing fun content related to our programs. Don't forget to check out the other amazing shows on the BQN, such as All Good Things, Galaxy Class, History with the Szilagys, Infinite Diversity, Mickey's Marvels, Sasquatch, What's the Tea, Bev? And keep an eye out because I am launching my second show on the BQN very shortly. It is going to be called Bargain Bin Gamer, spelled Gaymer, where I play all the cheap shithouse games so you don't have to. Keep an eye out for that one. We are already on Instagram and there is a YouTube page up. It will be a video podcast primarily. You can find that or any of the other BQN shows by searching for BQN Masterfeed wherever you get your podcasts from. And you can also support Trexperts Quiz and all the other shows on the network by becoming a patron of the network by visiting patreon.com/BQN. For as little as $2 Australian a month, you can enjoy early access to some shows and join our new Trexperts Quiz Live where everyone can play and everyone can win. And for $5 a month, you get exclusive network content and join our monthly roundtable meeting known as the Hive Mind. Note that I am quoting in Australian dollars there. I believe it's a few dollars less in US dollars. Now, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tune in again next week. But until then, no matter what you do and no matter where you go, make sure you go boldly. Live long and prosper, everyone. Thank you. Woo!
No!
Oh, dear.
It is.
So, what I would have given to see Patrick Stewart in his heyday like this, live on stage.
Pass all of it. Just another hour, so you're doing fine. Just hold on.
Dear. Where is it? Where is your logic, buddy? We all miss your logic.
Desires.
Oh.
I want to feel.
We all want to feel.
Everything.
Yes. Feel it. Feel it, Jean-Luc. Feel it.
I am a Vulcan.
No, you're not. You're a human. No, feel it. Let yourself feel it.
Jean-Luc.
That's it, Beverly. Snap him out of it.
A man
You love her.
wanted
Say it.
to give you so much more.
Say it.
I wanted to show you such
We know. She knows. We all know.
tenderness.
Tenderness. Why?
But that is not our way.
No, it can be. It can be your way. You loved him too. We all know it.
Did you know?
They know. They know. Come on. You can do this. Much I love you. I do love you. Anyway, I'm not much of an actor.